Okay, everybody, let me do the pretend Karen thing for a moment. Hi, welcome to Teen Talk Tuesday, or T3 as I call it. It is April 22nd, and today we will be going over ways to tackle your bingo card so you can get blackout and all of the great rewards, build your business, and so much more. We have four amazing speakers tonight: Natasha, Noemi, I said that wrong, April, and Emily. Drop your comments in the chat and we will make sure we all get those handled. I'm gonna let them take over now. Go, ladies.
Hi, friends. I'm Natasha. I'm going to chat with you guys first. I'm super excited about our bingo board. Baby, I'm blacking this out. We're getting $1,000 gift card for travel. Where I'm going, I don't know, but I want you to go with me. So, the first thing I'm going to tell you is print your bingo board. Print it. Sorry, my camera's blurring me, but print your bingo board. You need to make sure that you are tracking it in some way. So if you can't see what you're doing, how do you know that it's being done? I'm a visual person and I like to scribble on mine with highlighter. It makes it exciting. And then you probably can't tell, but I have a bunch of tally marks. So that when I finish things, I'm tallying them. So I'm going to chat with you about the 50 new items and new consultants, getting them to Shooting Star certified and then getting someone to lead. So we have a brand new catalog, guys. There's no reason that we can't get 50 brand new products in someone's hand. So the first thing I would suggest is, if you haven't shared the new catalog, well, you got to do that, guys. So share the new catalog, tell people what is out. There is a bar bundle of the 10 new scents for $52, or you could upsell it and tell them that they can get 2 more bars of their choice for 60 if you do 3 bundles of 6 for 30. You, of course, have to do that in your workstation, but that's one way to get bars out. So if you did 5 packs, that's your 50 right there. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You could also, if you have a customer base that you feel like you want to offer a special to, you could do something one-on-one, one-to-one, where you're in compliance. And let's say that you love 3 or 4 of the warmers that are in like the $50 range. You could put that bundle together and see how many people you need. Give them a price. You can message them and be like, "Hey, I know you love this warmer. If I get X amount of people, we can get it for you for this price." So that's one way you could do the 50 new as well. Um, I personally did a Scent Social open house at my house at the end of February. I had all of my customers that could come in person come and kind of smell all the new wax, look at the new catalog, and I probably sold at least half of my 50 that day because they got to put their hands on things and smell them. So if you can get people in person, that's going to be magic. For a new consultant, so one of the things I think we often, let me say, I often don't do enough, is offering the opportunity to somebody that is partying with me. I actually had a lady reach out and she was like, "Hey girl, I've got like $200 in my cart. Whose party do you want me to put this on?" And I was like, "Why would you put that on somebody else's party? Let's make you a party." So I was like, "We can actually make you a party. You can get some free and half price." And at first, I was like, "I'm not going to ask her to join. She's not interested." And I was really in my head about it. Like, who do I get to say? How do I get to say you're not interested? So I was like, you know what? You could actually make this party your own. You could become a consultant and you would actually make some of this money that you're spending back. She was like, "Oh, I love Scentsy. Let's try it." Used her free for her kit. Um, I think she paid a few dollars for her kit, not a ton, and she got a ton of awesome products half price. She was so excited. So we set up a party for her after she joined, which was her host party, and that's how we worked on getting her to Shooting Star. So we did her new consultant party. She was super excited, and a lot of it is about how you portray it and how you share it with them. So I tried to make sure that I was connecting with her, if not every day, every other day, and we chatted. And I posted, and I kind of coached her just like I would a new host because it was actually her first time hosting for me and she flipped. So I just chatted with her about, reach out to your people that might like this. If you think they'd enjoy it, tag them. Let's make sure you're interacting, liking, and commenting. And so she hit her shooting star within her first 15 days, which is super exciting. But then she turned around and hit certified as well. I was like, sis, you're on fire. So I will say again, if you can get it in their hands and get it in front of them, that is going to help you. So don't be afraid to ask the people that are partying with you, would you like to join and make some money back? If you have somebody at a $500 party, one, they're already going to hit shooting star. Two, they're going to make money while they get the products that they want. I mean, if somebody would have told me that, I've been like, yeah, where did you want me to sign on the red dotted line? Um, and then if they hit certified right after that, they're going to make even more because they'll get that 25% commission. So she took her bags of testers to work around all of her people and collected orders that way. I chatted with her about how to save people that are local to her on shipping if she chose to. So that's how we got her to certified. Um, and so getting people to lead. I didn't get this specific consultant to lead, but I already had been working with my team and I know who wants more and who's just kind of like, you know what, I love this as a hobby and that's enough for me. So one of my consultants, we had kind of been chatting about getting her to lead consultant. She's grown her team. And in the month of March, with the new catalog, she had her first in-home party and her team did really well. They were having parties. And so she was chatting with them about her goals and what she wants for her team. And she hit lead consultant that way. So I know it sounds like sometimes it's like, oh, wow, they're just working their business. But that's really the reality of it. They're working their business, they're communicating with people, and they're giving it their all. So I try to make sure that I'm breathing life into them as well. Cause sometimes life happens, we get tired, but every now and then we need a reminder that we are rock stars, and making sure that you're communicating with those people on your team is super important. You guys can absolutely hit these goals. I promise. You just have to ask. If I hadn't asked, I would not have two of my boxes completed. And it was all because I got out of my own head. When I tell you, I was like, I'm not going to ask this lady to join my team. She's going to think I want something. She was like, I love Scentsy so much. I was like, okay, girl, come on. Come on in the house. So make sure you're sharing your heart. Be honest, be real, and share the opportunity. You don't get to decide that it's not for them. They get to decide that. And that's all I got. Love you guys.
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay, I was gonna say you or Emily.
Okay, I'll go. Um, I think Emily's still driving too. So I just want to say real quick, that when we first got this incentive, I sat down and I made a plan. I knew what month I was going to offer what in to check off a box. So two of my topics that I'm going to talk about, the laundry and the pods, are kind of one and the same because I set those to go out with my monthly scent crates, because I do monthly scent crates, and if you guys don't, you could put those in mystery boxes as well, mystery bags, however you want to do it. You could, if you've never offered one before, you could do like start it now. But that's how I checked the pods. I checked the pods off the first month. This, and then last month I checked off laundry. This month I'm going to check off the clean because those are going to be in my boxes. Sorry about the monkeys. They're a little wild tonight. Um, but also, like, if you don't want to offer mystery boxes or mystery bags, or if you don't do scent crates, you could say, okay, this month I'm going to focus on the laundry, but you have to have a plan. Don't just wing it when it comes to selling these products. Now, I've got a semi plan when it comes to the recruiting part and getting to shooting star and to certified or lead. Um, Even though that's a little bit of my control, it's kind of out of my control too. But I'm starting with what I can control and sprinkling in the recruiting and the promoting. I haven't marked that off the table. I haven't just focused on one thing. I am focusing on the products and sprinkling in the recruiting. I'm talking to everybody that I can talk to about it, and my plan is to get one this month or next month because how many more months we've got? Three full months left. Yeah, 3. But it's going to happen before the end of those 3 months. I'm sure of it. Then my next one is, what was my next one? Sorry, I got distracted. Peony got a lizard a while ago, and it almost had a heart attack. That's never happened
You
before.
talked about the pods,
Yes, the pods in the laundry kind of
the air
go.
diffuser. Or
Oh,
the,
yes, the diffusers. So let me tell you how I got that. It was by accident, but it was I had a customer who wanted one, and I offered it to her for half price and I added it to my party for half price just because she is an excellent, excellent, excellent customer. And I knew I needed to not to get that bingo square off. I knew she wanted it. So I said, hey, I have a party closing out. No, wait. She did the Cinderella party. I did the Cinderella party and gave it. She won the Cinderella party. That was it. First time I'd ever done a Cinderella. I knew she got it off of a party because she got it half price. But that is a good way if you have a customer who you know's been eyeing it, but it's a little too pricey for them. I would offer it in a party. Ask them to host a party for you. Get it half price. That's a good way for you to earn PRV plus cross out your bingo square. And then the next one, warmers of the month. That's the one. So my warmers of the month, the very first month, I put a post up in my VIP group and said, okay, guys, I need to sell 5 of these. Didn't sell 5 the first month. I only sold 2. But this month did the same thing. My goal this month is to sell 3 of these. I've sold 1. So I'm going to keep pushing for those 2 more this month. And if I don't get those next month, I'm going to say my goal is to sell 3 of these or 2 of these, however many I'm down to. And that was my plan with the warmers of the month. Usually if I tell my customers that I have a goal to meet, they always come through. Like I have a great VIP group. They always come through for me whenever I have a goal that I want to meet. So reaching out one-on-one this month has been the only way I have gotten PRV. And so that will be my plan for the warmers of the month to finish that out. If I don't hit my goal by the end of this month, I will start reaching out next month one-on-one instead of just posting in my VIP group. I will reach out and say, hey, I have a goal to meet. I need to sell 3 more of these. Can I count on you? And I know that if I reach out one-on-one, I will hit my goal next month. One-on-one communication this month has been key for me. Like I've never had to reach out one-on-one as much as I have this month. And it has worked. Like I've had the best month I've had in a very long time. And I think that's it for me.
yay! Emily, do you want to go next or do you want me to go?
Yes, I can go. Hello, how is everybody doing? I'm so excited. Okay, so as you can see, everybody really has a plan. You have a plan set to go and you have a focus. And I think that's what I kind of did with the bingo cards. One, I love to color. So honestly, I was very excited about the coloring pages. Okay, I'm just saying. Mine's so pretty. I don't have it on me, but it's so pretty. So what I'm going to talk to you about is 2 of them kind of coincide with each other, but you can definitely focus on them differently. One is the 500 PRV. If I can tell you anything, is to go for the in-home party. Go for the in-home party because it sells when it's under somebody's nose, and we all know that. So I think what I like to do and what I did do, I can't have an in-home party at the moment. However, I did one that was a bag party, samples, the whole 9 yards, and I had a customer that did fabulous. So because it sells, and I kept on her as a host. And I think that's one of the key things is saying, okay, what's your wish list? What can I help you with to try and get what you want? And they all know if they can reach that 500 PRV or more, they're going to get the most rewards possible. So I really try to make that a goal for them. Not make it so much about me and what my goal is, but make it about them. So if I can do anything though, do the in-home party, just because, and try and make it line up and say, hey, when's your pay period? When do you get paid? Because most people are going to spend the money when they have money, right? So that is definitely my key point for 500 PRV. My next thing is the monthly sales bonus. And I know that one is a scary one, right? That's 2,500 PRV. That's a scary one for sure, especially now that it has increased from 2 to 25. So, what I like to focus on for that one is I like to, do you guys know about that sheet? I know you guys have seen it floating around where you have your goals set and you write everything down and say, okay, where's my PRV coming from? So that's what I like to use for that one. And I sat down last month and I said, okay, I have to hit this 25 plus because I have high goals for myself. But what can I do to make sure I'm getting it? Okay, I know I'm getting 600 PRV from my club. My scent crates I know is a guaranteed about 150. So add it up and figure out what you know you can get guaranteed in that PRV and see what's left over and say, okay, what can I do to make up this PRV? Send out those personal messages that April's talking about. Reach out to people. People a lot of times don't like to put their comments out in the public, I think. And I think that's what holds people back. So that private message of saying, hey, I got a goal. Can you help me? Can I count on you? I think is the most important thing for that. So sit down and be very honest with yourself. Honest with yourself on where your PRV comes from, what you suck at, and say, okay, I'm really not good at club. Maybe I can try and get some club people because that's also on our card. So that's also a very important thing too. It all coincides together. And that's what I love about this bingo card. And then my next thing, what was the last? Clean. Oh, this is my jam, y'all. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get on to clean. Okay, so with clean, I'm a clean bucket queen. So I love it. I think my customers are obsessed with it. And I know a lot of people are like, well, my people don't like mystery bags. They don't like scent crates. They don't like clean buckets. I think a lot of times it comes to making one, presenting it, take a picture with it, show what's so cool about it, go live with it, make one. And people will actually try to find some interest in it. It took me a while to get people that did start to love it until they started receiving them and they're like, oh, these are really awesome. Yeah, Emily, make me more. And then with the clean buckets, I gave people options. So I gave them an option of a $20 option of just the counter clean and the bathroom cleaner. I gave them an option of all three with the all purpose. And then I also gave them two more options of adding a Scentsy Fresh or adding a swipe. So, and that way it's just very easy for people with their budget. And some people might be like, I did have a customer. I was like, well, I want like 3 counter cleans and 1 bathroom. Sure. Go ahead, girl. Let's do it. At least they know that the option's there and it's not like, oh, I have to spend this really expensive amount that they think, or I can go with a $20 amount instead. So I thought that was just a really good thing for the clean, and it adds up quick. It adds up so quick when you start selling those baskets really good. And then what was my last one? Oh, the Connect app. Okay, let's talk about Connect. I love Connect too. This one's so simple. And Karen has spoke a little bit about this. If you guys have missed it, she has said, look, I don't like the Connect app. I have different systems. Cool, that's totally fine. At least make those 5 people that you need to connect with. And it could be on, their shipping was arrived or their package was arrived, or they just made an order with you. And if you're not connecting with your people after they place an order, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So connect with those people, use the app, connect with 5 people, and then move on. It's super easy to do. And it gets you familiar with the app, which it honestly is such a good app if you're not using it. Not hating on Karen because she's got her own system, but it is a really great app. It helps actually keep track. And sometimes, like with the clearance that we just had, sometimes I lose track of like, oh my gosh, I got a new customer. Holy cow, I need to reach out to them. I got a new customer. And the Connect app actually has helped me not misplace those people. So I really love the Connect app. Try it out and reach out to 5 people. It's so easy. And you just do it 3 months in a row. So bing, boom, and you're done. Go ahead, girl.
Yay, you were great. You were great. You guys, all three were great. Well, you got me now. I am Noemi, and I'm going to talk to you about Club, SFR, registering for SFR, the WIF boxes, and also booking a non-consultant party. So I'm going to start with Club. So just like Emily, I also get like about 600 PRV every single month, nonstop with or not really nonstop, but I get it consistently. And honestly, like once you do the work and you are just talking about the products and the program. So if you want people to trust you and also do it, you have to talk about it. So if you're not talking about it, you don't know what the perks are. Like you've got to get familiar with those. So definitely take a look at those. All you need is one new Scentsy Club subscriber that qualifies for the half off item, and that's a $60 order. Yeah, and they have to use their half off. The way it reads, it looks like they have to also use that half off, or if they qualify. I don't know. I'll have to look at the facts on that one. But um, honestly, what I tell you for that is look for somebody who is ordering consistently and kind of ordering a lot. Or if you have somebody that already owns an air purifier, that way you're gonna get them their pods, you're gonna get them their filter. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can put together. And what I have done to get my clubbers is I will actually put together like I don't even remember what I called it, but it was like a special that I put together. And I told them, you have 3 months to try this out, see if you like it. If you want to keep doing it, you can get it in another 3 months. If you don't want to do it, you had those 3 months to figure it out if you liked it or not. And every single one of them ended up keeping it because I told them they had that time to give it a try. Every single one of my people that loves the whip boxes are all in Club. They all have their whip box in Club. So if you have anybody who also likes whip boxes and also buys like wax bars, tell them, hey, you can get your whip box half off, which you can't get it anywhere else that cheap. Tell them we'll get you your wax, your cotton cleanups, and then your whiff box half off. And boom, you've already put it together. The bonus about Scentsy Club and the program and how they've fixed the checkout is you can actually build them their own club and then send it to them. It's like a cart. You can send it to them. All they have to do is go pick up their half off item, and there you go. Boom. That's how I've also gotten people. Is I put something together them and I thought, hey, you order so much, I want to get it for you at a discount. I want to get you your whiff box half off or whatever it is half off. It's you looking like you are taking care of them, and really you are taking care of them. So definitely talk about Club, like consistently, not just like once a month. If you have to do it consistently, and by the time you know it, you'll have those clubs coming in. It may not be the first time, the second time, or the third time, but they will start building up because they've heard you talk about it over and over again. Okay, next I'm going to talk about is registering for SFR. Okay, so I know many of us find ourselves in a situation where we don't know if we can afford to go to SFR. That's totally fine. I get it. I didn't realize how big SFR was or what a big deal it was till I actually went to my first one, and now I don't ever miss one. So I get it if you've never been to one and you don't know the effect that it can have on you, and that's fine, especially if you're not in a position to afford it. But remember, like you have a business that can pay for that. So if you really do want to go to SFR in person, they do have a payment plan. So it's $100 down, and then every month until SFR, even in July, they will take out a payment depending on when you sign up. So the sooner the better. If you can sign up this month, you'll get that $100 payment, and then May, June, and July they'll take out the rest. It's $350 for in person, If you cannot afford to do the travel there and all that other extra stuff, but you still want to get all the fun like giveaways that they give us, and kind of feel like you're in the action and getting reaping the benefits, they do have a $350 virtual plus kit. And I call it that because there's also another virtual kit or a virtual option. But the virtual plus is you get access to all the general sessions. So the big presentations that they do for us at a scheduled time, you get access to those. I don't know what else comes specifically with that because I haven't ventured that way. I earned my SFR, so I don't know all those details. But the good part is that when you're watching live on those general sessions and you see what they're giving us there, you'll know, hey, I'm also going to get that too. So that's kind of fun. Like they never used to do that. Last year was the first year they started doing that. We didn't expect them to do that this month, but they are going to be doing that. So that's awesome. You know, you can kind of feel like you're there, but not. But I'm telling you, going in person is a whole nother experience that you have to go. Like you have to. Like I'm telling you, like you have to. Like I'm telling you, I kick myself for how many I didn't go to, but you know what? I'm never gonna miss another one. Okay, and last but not least, the virtual only, so you get access to general sessions. I believe it is $60. I'm not 100% on that. If anyone knows and wants to put that in the chat, I would very much appreciate it. But there is an all virtual only option, and that still will count as you're registering for SFR block. So you still get that, you know, block knocked off if you've got everything else except for that because you can't go. Well, you've got that virtual option now. Okay, the next thing is, like I said, whiff boxes. If you don't get a whiff box yourself, I highly suggest that you try to make an effort to get that, even if you have to get it, show it, and then sell off the products that are in there, because the products in there are always valued at more than what they cost. So how I got all of my people to get it in Scentsy Club is the 10% off that they get automatically off that box. Like I said, you can't get a whiff box for host rewards. You can only get a whiff box at a discount, which you already are getting a discount for the value of the box. So in Scentsy Club, you can get 10% off if they just put it in a Scentsy Club, or they can get it half off if they use it on their half off item. Talk about it. Like really, you got to show it off. You got to talk about it. You got to ask people, especially when we have like last month's box where it had the warmer, the wax, like it was like a perfect introductory kit to somebody who's never experienced Scentsy, especially because they had those little cups of samples, and they were good size samples, y'all. Like I put it in a mini warmer and was like, oopsie, it was like at the top. But really, like you have to just look at the box, what's in there, how can you offer it to somebody, how can you share it and talk about it, like, you know, in person. In text messages, in your posts, in your stories. Like don't just post it one day and then be like, oh, nobody wanted a whiff box. Remember that not everybody is on social media the very same day that you are, and some don't come on as much as we do. And so when they do see it, it may not be on the one day that you posted it. So remember that. Post it consistently. You might be telling yourself like, oh, people are gonna get tired of doing the same thing. So what? Like if they don't like it, they could go. Like don't worry about those people, because you're gonna find people that are like, oh, I never knew that. I still find people that are like, I don't even know what Scentsy is. What? Yeah, they're out there. Okay, that's enough about Wavebox. Last but not least, it is 8:34. Okay, new or non-consultant party. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, if you've had somebody party before, and let's say it was in the fall season, well, they're gonna need a spring, summer refill. They got all their fall, winter goodies. They need to host a spring and summer. So what you should do is contact all of the people who hosted parties in the fall and ask them, hey, it's, you know, we partied in the fall and the winter. Right now we have our spring and summer, and I'd love to share again with you and your friends all that we have in this brand new catalog. What do you say? Literally, it does not hurt to ask. Stop, like, get out of your head. You're not gonna like burn yourself. You're not gonna cut yourself. Like, it is no big deal asking somebody, do you want free and half off items? That's literally how I start a lot of my conversations. Hey, it's been a few months since you have purchased. I want to get you your next order free and half off. What do you say? And that is like my hook, line, and sinker. People are like, free, half off? Sure, let's do it. And then if they have any hesitation, I always tell them there's really no risk. Like if it doesn't work out, you don't lose anything. And because I am who I am, I give them something anyway for half off because I always have open parties. Or I'll just give them something that I have in my own, like my own personal inventory. So really there's no reason not to have at least one person who in the next month and a half, because we still got this month, or actually we got a week left, 3 months and a day. Like there's no reason why you can't have one non-consultant party. And when I say non-consultant, it means you are not the host of that party. So I'm going to say really quickly the 2 things that I think, actually, was it 2 things? Oh, yeah. The 2 things that I think, and I'm going to end it like this, that I think you should focus on as of today for the rest of the month is the connect, because you need at least 3 out of the 5 months. You have to get this month. And then also the Scentsy Air Quad. We have a promotion right now, y'all. Like, use it. So I'm going to just leave that with that. But that's it. That's all I have. And I'm really hot right now.
That was awesome, friend. I
Yay.
did want to say really quickly, she was talking about SFR. So it is, a lot of people see it as expensive, and things that we need to remember is that it can be a tax write-off. And we know every year that it's in the summer. It's typically in June, July. So if you start saving this year for next year's, you can make it. And when I tell you that it is magic, magic. It's like you see all your Scentsy besties. Like we're just virtual right now, but then you're finally in person, and it's super empowering. It does so much for your business, and it's like, oh, I've missed you my whole life.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in a year. It's the best. So if you can make it happen, make it happen. And then the 2,500 sales bonus. Let's talk about the fact that if you're hitting that every month, you're putting yourself on track for annual sales. And annual sales means $1,000 bonus. Guess what? When they deposit that in my account, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I have never been sad about $1,000, and you won't either.
And
So
get it
Oh, and a
June
pretty award too. Look.
yeah, we usually get it in June.
and
Yes, and we get an award. You get a trophy. You can choose a
Yeah.
trophy. Yeah, so you get it right before SFR, so you could use that as SFR money.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I also wanted to say I earned annual sales, and that $1,000 is helping me pay for when I go to SFR. So
Mhm.
that's something to think about. Like, okay, if I hit annual sales, this is going to pay for SFR and while I'm there. So, like, it all coincides together. They make this so simple for us, y'all. I'm so serious.
Yeah. And one last thing on SFR is like if you at all are considering going and want to go, if you want to reach out to me, I can help you try to come up with a budget. I've also done a budget training, and then Cassie Roach has also shared a training. I think I did a training last year, and it's in Karen's YouTube channel. So if you want to go look at that, or just reach out to me, because I know stuff has changed, and it depends on right now where we're at, what you've made already, and what you're gonna make. But literally, it's life changing. Like it's business changing. I'm not gonna say life changing, but yeah, like seeing all the people that we're on Zoom with, it like really does. Like this is how we've gotten so close together. Okay, yeah. Any questions? Oh, somebody asked about what is the Cinderella child or party?
I answered it in the chat.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
It's okay. I can do it again if you want me to do it.
I don't know. It's fine.
Okay.
I actually want to look at that real quick.
Some people probably do it differently. That's just how I do it. I know some
Yeah.
people.
Why don't you explain the way you do it, April? Go ahead.
Some people do it like, okay, so let's, for instance, my Cinderella party, you reach out to past hosts that have hosted parties for you. And let them all know, hey, I'm going to do a Cinderella party. And what is a Cinderella party? Well, what it is I'm going to invite you to my party group, and you're going to invite all your friends and family. And at the end, one of my Cinderellas is going to win all the prizes. So I had 5 Cinderellas in my last party. Now, some people do it as, okay, like if you're in my party and you had 3 people order, then you get 3 chances. I didn't do it that way this time. The way I did it was I just put all 5 of them on the wheel, spun it, and luckily my girl who wanted the Scentsy Air won.
So
So-
it's kind of like a mystery house party.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I just call it a Cinderella party because it just
I
makes
love the way you do it, April. I haven't heard of that way of
Me
like putting
either.
them all into one group. That's
Yep.
so smart.
just put them all in there together and tell them, like, we ended up having about 25 people in this one. And once
Okay.
I tell them it has to get to 500 because at 500 they get the bigger
The
hostess.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have
Put a
heard people
close
that
it
do
out.
like they like reach out to individual people and try to get an order before midnight before they turn into, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard of that way, but I haven't heard your way and I really love that.
I like it too. It was fun.
Okay. I like it.
I mean, everybody likes being called a princess every once in a while. I know I do.
Renee is asking if you can share that in the Scent Warriors group. And then I might need Shred to help me get the last 2,900 for annual sales. Yes, Becky, do it.
Yeah. Share what in the Scent Warriors group? The Cinderella party?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I did want to add something real quick because I was thinking about it while Tasha was talking. If you have any questions about any of the bingo blocks or spots, in the incentive tab, in the more tab on your workstation, go down to incentives, and it'll have the bingo card, and then there'll also be a fax tab, and then click on that, and it has a whole bunch of like all the questions that pretty much get asked. Well, that's what a frequently asked question is. So if you have any questions about them, go there, and if the answer's not there, try consultant support, and they will pretty much have your answer.
Karen said, "You got this. We got this, y'all. This is gonna be good. Everybody's gonna black it out, and we're gonna get lots of."
Yes, we're all going to take a
Look
major.
at she froze. Look at how she froze.
Listen, I'm trying to take my little $1,000 to Disney, y'all. I want to be where the people are.
I'm getting ready to take a cruise for MGM. I got a free cruise. I'm gonna take that $1,000 to get me my flight.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay, let's get our picture. I'm gonna remove our wait.
Yeah, does anybody have any more questions before we stop the recording? And then I'm gonna grab photos.
Yes, please ask.
3, 2, 1. Well, if there's any more questions after this, you should have been here in real life. We love you lots. Stopping the recording.